You always have to have this on grams.
Grams.
Okay.
Yep. So like here it says gram, and
Okay.
then you just tear it. And, yeah.
Awesome.
There it is. Okay.
Okay, so we'll
Now, hold on. What is do you have a Sharpie? Or I could put something like a piece of tape. We have to measure this because you'll need to know what this weighs if you're gonna do. If you ever wanna feed what's in here, you have to minus the weight of the.
Guys, this seems like a lot of work.
No, it's not. Once you get it, it's like second nature.
Oh, Jesus help me.
794.
Sup?
water.
Thank you. So this is 794. Just might need that sometime if you ever need to know, like you're gonna, sometimes you might want to measure how much discard.
Bleach.
No, there's no bleach. I was out of bleach. I use.
You will not want to have to scoop it all out. You would just want to put it on there, and you would know that you just minus 794 for what you got. So I don't take any credit for any of this. Kayla Bailey is a pro.
Really?
And so, yeah, she literally. I learned from,
Who'd she learn from?
her friend
Cassie.
wait, no, it's not Cassie. It's the other friend. That's Katie's friend. It's the other, Rachel.
Oh,
Rachel.
okay.
That's who sent. But Cassie sent, yeah.
Oh yeah, all the
All right.
juice.
Okay, so you're just gonna mix
So
everything.
wait, just so you know, it has to be at 0. So we had to tear it at, at 0, obviously, because we're gonna measure, or we're gonna weigh.
Okay. So we're gonna add 50 grams of starter. Which
And it should always be that pancake battery consistency.
I was actually just gonna say mine's thicker, but yes,
this
similar.
is 53, but that's fine.
That's okay. Yeah. If you were Dakota, you'd have just been like, it's 50.
Well,
No, because you're right.
Yeah.
That's what you do, right?
well, I do follow up
Okay,
with this. Okay, and then I usually add my water next. 350 grams of
So
water.
tear it again. I mean, if you didn't, you would know, oh, okay, well, that was 50, and then you just, whatever,
yeah.
obviously, but.
Okay, 350 water, and then I whisk it up.
Next one over, love.
Mix around up here.
Okay, you should tear it again.
Tear it again. Oh. Okay, and then 10 grams of salt. I don't know. I mean, I would use this. It's just
Sure.
why not? Thunder.
I know. Like, oh boy, that's.
Under pressure.
Okay. It's like 9, 10, 9, 10. It doesn't. It's fine.
So they
It'll
keep
be fine.
resetting it. That's what she's doing,
Okay,
right?
and
You're
then-
Yeah, resetting, and
Yeah.
and you have these instructions on here. The only thing with this text, she tells you 350 temp, water, 500 grams. So she's doing 500 grams of flour, 10 grams of salt, and then she forgot. She's like, oh, and the starter. Obviously, you need the starter to make it right. So the 50 grams of starter is down there.
Got it. Okay.
I double mine always when I make bread. I'm like, why not? I'll make someone for someone and then make my own. Or, I mean,
Your starter
honestly,
or everything?
my rustic loaves. I'm saying, so I literally, it's like 1,000 grams of, because then I just do it in one big,
Yeah.
and then you can just divide it later on. It really is, it works out great.
Can you so this is kind of probably a really stupid
No,
question.
don't.
If with the starter, can you double with the starter that we had?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
You can use that. You can, until
Okay.
it's, you want to save a little bit, but you will use that
Yeah. Okay.
for.
But make sure you save
making
some,
different-
right?
Yeah. But you could use a lot of that's a lot.
But the starter will go bad.
Yeah. Oh,
So
you
how
got-
do you? So you have to make sure you're making something. Every,
Well, not necessarily. So
Or put it in the fridge.
fridge. If it's in the fridge, you can.
Oh,
I mean,
that's for a
there'll be
long
3
time.
weeks. I mean, you have you gone longer than that
Oh my word, I've gone months.
without feeding it even? Okay, so there you go.
there we go. Well, that's my kind of girl.
Okay,
'Cause sometimes
so see, that's why when they say like I've gone like 2 weeks or 3, but and that's without feeding it. You can always, even if you don't want to make something, you can always feed it. And I mean, I do it different, so I don't ever feed that. I never feed what's in my fridge. Oh, I do, but I just feed it with the leftover from here. Like whatever I made, I feed it. And then I just keep it in it. That's feeding it. Anything. It can be just a little amount of flour and water. That's it.
feeding it.
Yeah, like basically it's gonna be okay. But yeah. So she's just
Yeah, I usually just like mix it with my hands a little bit to get it fully, but it's supposed to be like a little dry, a little like shaggy, they say. I don't know.
So I did wash my hands. Okay. Yeah.
now if you have a hard time with it sticking to your hand, wet your hand with water, and it's okay because it calls for water. It's not like it's like messing up
Right.
the recipe, but it really helps. Or if you
Yeah.
use like a spatula or something. Like,
Especially when we do like the stretch and fold, which we'll show you. I always like wet my hands with water first before I do it, because if I don't, it'll just get all.
and if you forgot salt, you will know it will be extra salt sticky.
Sticky.
It's easy to do. It's easy
Isn't it
to
amazing
forget.
the science
Like,
that's
there's
in cooking?
literally like 4 ingredients, but it's so easy to because you just are like so overwhelmed with like you're like
All the
it's
steps.
not, it's second nature now, but it
was.
first. Oh my word, I was Marco Poloing Kayla every other day. Like, so if you have questions, if you forget, if you like, just don't feel bad.
Okay.
I was there.
Because you're like,
You're like, why does my bread look like this?
Yeah, like yeah, or like Kayla, why is it sticking like really bad? Like I cannot touch it. Did you forget salt? Oh yeah, it's okay. Just add it now, and
fine.
don't ever get rid of it. Like just fake it and figure it
Figure it out.
Remember.
So I usually then just like cover mine with a towel, and then I come back in like 30 minutes and do like 20 to 30 minutes and do the stretch and fold.
okay.
You have to do 4 of those.
Okay, 4. Okay. So, yeah, and you do that like every 20 to 30 minutes. So you like, we'll show you in a half hour, and then.
Well, and we can just do 20 minutes. Do you want to do that?
That's fine.
What is this your phone?
Yeah.
Can you say Siri set a timer?
Oh, I don't know.
Or I can do it.
Here, I can set it. I'll do 20 minutes.
Okay. Now this is what is the only thing that kind of like takes the time that you have to like delegate time for. Everything else, like it's just sitting. You're sitting for 8 hours. It's sitting overnight. It's sitting in the fridge until it's ready. But this is the step that's like, we do have to do and that's why you can. Kayla told me anywhere from 20 to 30. I mean 30s, but you only do once.
Well, it
You're
depends.
such a rebel.
No, it just depends on like how I've done 1 or 2. I mean, if I'm home, I'll do more. But there were times, especially like last year, where it was just like I couldn't like get all of them in because we had to like run to here or do this or whatever. So, or sometimes I'll wait. I mean, it's like an hour and then I do a stretch and fold and then I do another one. I don't know. It's just I think it's pretty
So
flexible.
how many times
like,
you do 4 of these?
That's what is like 20 like 2 hours of
and you'll
kind
see,
of just being around.
like you'll
Sure.
see when you do it how the dough changes. Like it's really interesting.
Cool.
Like the first time it like barely stretches, but then as you continue, like,
and like it's tougher and
the consistency changes.
Yeah.
So it does matter to do it, but I think like you can be a little flexible on that.
What's that?
Recording that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
We're
forgot.
videoing.
Is this your water?
So
So is it like
think so.
yeast where like it gets bigger?
it will
Not
get
really.
bigger. It doesn't necessarily double
It's just
in
more of a-
size.
It will
But it will
later.
grow. Yeah.
Like when we do when you leave it out overnight, like tonight.
Tonight.
What time is it anyways?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, like is it gonna be all right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave it out
Be up till
overnight.
midnight babysitting the starter.
Yeah.
Or the sourdough.
Seriously.
Just kidding.
Technically, yeah, I might.
Well,
might
what?
double
So what would it
it.
be like? 7:30.
7 to 7 is 12 hours.
So we would need to bake it at 7 a.m. technically.
And fridge it. You got to fridge.
Oh, do you
ferment
put it in the fridge
Yeah.
tonight?
No. That's
Or
not
you
tomorrow morning.
Oh,
You
okay.
leave
So
it-
I would just bake
right
it,
away?
but you don't have to. But I mean, you can. But okay, so you would, because I would just leave mine out overnight on the counter and then bake it in the morning sometimes, or I would put it in the fridge overnight, and then take it out in the morning. So you do both though. You leave it out overnight, and then
The
you
fridge
leave it
ferment apparently is where it gets the most.
flavor.
And no, yeah, I did hear that. I don't know if that's true.
I'm just need
The
a
most,
quick buzz.
what is that? Bacteria, like the best for you.
Yeah, high.
The best
The best
benefits
Okay.
or whatever. So, okay, but that's all on here. I'm pretty. It's all on this sourdough.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you can send it to her.
Okay,
so you'll be baking this
so
tomorrow night.
Whenever-
So at 7 a.m. you would bake it, but at 7 a.m. Meg would put it in the fridge,
and hold on.
and so you can do either way.
Yes, let me just verify my recipe that I use, but I'm pretty sure that's what I do.
No, Maggie's not staying overnight.
Yeah.
We're watching the bread.
I was just making sure that that's what this said too. So we're doing 4 sets of stretches and folds every 30 minutes. Again, you could do 20, 25, whatever you have time for. No less than 20 though. So it's a
Stretching.
timer, 20, okay.
In between.
Yes. Then cover it and let it ferment on the counter for 8 hours-ish. Okay? So that's
gonna be
where
12.
it's going to be 12 hours.
So it's gonna be a little
Okay.
over.
I mean, overproofed a little bit. That means it's just going to...
But even because by the time we're done, it'll be 9.
And actually, they do... Well, no.
Is it
You
from, when-
from the
this
time
point?
you put... Yeah, but from
Okay.
that's what Kayla told me. From the time that you have all the ingredients together. So...
Okay.
Yeah. Also, this one, I don't always do this. This one says like to let this sit for 30 minutes and then start your 30-minute stretches and folds. So we're talking 2.5 hours. I don't always do that. I'll like let it sit and I'll like clean off my spatula, clean off like my station and whatever, and then I'll do the first stretch and fold. Like it'll be like 15 minutes. Because it's just like letting it sit and rest for a minute. But you're doing 4 stretches and folds, like it's, yeah, I've never, I actually asked Kayla that the other day and she said she doesn't really either. This is coming from like she's actually a chef, or what do you call her?
she's
A chef at a bakery, like
She does.
Pastry
Yeah,
chef?
she was selling like the loaves for her business or whatever.
Cool.
She's got like a.
Have you seen these loaves on like Facebook?
yeah, they're crazy.
Really expensive.
Like
So-
$16 a
Oh, yeah.
loaf.
What?
Yeah.
You guys could go into
Girl,
business.
you need
right.
to start pumping that bread.
Girls.
So cover it, so after 4 rounds, okay, cover it, let it ferment 8 hours. Then after 8 hours, like in the morning, let's just say you come out, you're gonna pre-shape it. She's gonna have to show you that part, the shaping. Just pre-shape it,
Yeah, 'cause
flip
we're
it
talking
upside
about a
down.
basket.
Yeah, you're gonna put it in a basket.
Well,
And
if you
that's-
don't have a basket, you can use a bowl with. Do you use parchment paper? I usually use a tea towel, but.
For in the proofing but see, you said, do you put it in the
I
fridge?
have sometimes.
Okay. So I use a tea towel and I put a ton of flour in it because it does stick if you don't. Like I have to kick in the flour.
Oh, wow.
So that's why a basket is nice because it. I mean, you still have to flour
Like a
it, but I
basket
do feel
basket?
like
It's called
they have them on Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
I told you.
If you
Oh, I
show him,
like
it.
he's
It's like
going to
a-
buy himself a
Yeah.
basket.
He already
It's like
bought
a
this. He was ready. He had this all set.
Yeah, he had it all on the counter, and I didn't know what that was for. I did
Right,
not
yeah.
realize that this was for sourdough night.
I love it.
Oh, yeah, Maggie told me this is the best flour, so I got it.
That's right. Do you use
So
this
this is the
flour
best
when you're
flour.
here?
Okay.
They didn't have
Never.
this. They didn't have
Yeah,
this.
right
when we
over there.
left.
Oh,
No. Wait, before we left.
oh, okay.
So I don't know which basket. I do want to get a basket because
The thing is, though, Kayla, they have them and they still have to use a tea towel in it because otherwise it sticks to the. So I'm like, well, then
So
what's the?
these are like the best. I mean, I do think you get a nicer. I like the
Oh, they're-
shape consistency. Like it keeps. I feel like the bowl sometimes
true.
you're like, okay, it
And it
spread
doesn't
out
really
too
look like
much.
they're using.
well they are. Look,
Oh yeah. Okay. So
they have a little like a wrap.
it's called something. What is that called? certain basket. Not
Banneton, yeah.
Okay, it is.
Banneton.
And you yeah. So
Otherwise, you can do
what we're
Dutch
saying,
oven,
what
too,
I well that you cook it in there. You do cook it in the Dutch oven, but
in the basket.
no.
The
Please
basket is only for
What?
fermenting. I know.
Basket for proofing.
Yeah, in
Dutch
the
oven
fridge.
for baking.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna take this out of, let's say, in the morning, 8:30 or 7 a.m. whatever. We're gonna shape it, and we're gonna that means we're gonna make it look pretty, right? We're gonna shape it with flour, and then we're gonna flip it into a bowl, like it's gonna look like this, except down, and we're gonna put flour in it. We're gonna plop it in there, and we're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna put it in our fridge for another 8 to 12 hours. Yeah.
So if you want bread in next
That's-
week, you better start early, brother.
So,
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Okay, so then 8, and Kayla said 6 the other day. I asked her, I was like, how long do I have to fridge ferment it? Because I have to make it for Friday night, and I had just did it she's like 6 hours minimum. But again, I mean, she's made it without even proofing it in the fridge. So just
Yeah.
and that's the thing. That's what she's always told me. Just even if you forget the salt, make it anyways. And I watch. You're not even gonna be able to tell. And I did it. You know,
Wow.
I mean, to an extent. If
Right.
you miss water and salt,
Right.
but
Yeah.
yeah. So
So I worked in a bakery in high school, and our sourdough was the dough that he